I mean, I'm past the 2 weeks. I can do whatever I want now.
Oh, that's true. Congratulations. Did you eat pizza yet?
No, I am tonight, though.
You're going to eat pizza tonight?
Hell yeah.
Well,
I am not.
Well, we're slaving
It's
away
probably the best.
in the fucking improv jam. You're just going to be hard cut to you eating pizza.
Hell yeah. The greasiest motherfucker I can find.
What's the greasiest pizza you can find?
Sausage, pepperoni.
Kind of was hoping for a brand, but
Oh, a brand? I've been pretty
Papa
particular to pizza, I'll be honest.
Canadian
what?
brand.
It's like
fuck?
one of the shittiest pizzas, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. It's
Yeah.
like Little Caesars and then pizza.
Little
You said-
Caesars is way greasier though.
Little Caesars. Wait,
Is
wait,
it?
wait.
Little Caesars way like cardboardy.
Wait. You're talking about Little Caesars being worse than Pizza?
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
Hot
I don't
Ready's?
think. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think Little Caesars is worse than Pizza. I don't think it's good.
I don't think. Okay, the hot and readies are like convenient for value.
Yeah.
That's their big selling
Yeah,
point.
oh, for sure. Yeah.
But also, if you get like the fucking like extra cheese, meat lovers, crazy crust, Pizza could never.
To be fair, I haven't had like properly ordered Little Caesars in a while. It's like only been crazy bread and hot and ready's.
That's not my fault.
But like properly ordered,
None of this is my fault.
properly ordered pizza with sausage, pepperoni, and feta.
yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Also, the person who came up at Little Caesars with the rectangular prisms of ham should get a bonus. I
Yep.
think. I think
Yep.
That is the way to put ham on a pizza. For
Yeah, rectangular prism or bust.
There is something, when things are cut too small, like usually ham's like flakes, like it's too tiny.
Yeah.
that it's just
Slices.
not as good.
Yeah, ham
fucking-
flakes is
Or
just like something you would
slices
call
are
someone
even
when you
worse,
don't like
where
them.
it's too much.
Fucking like they're
flakes.
lunch
Ham
meat
flakes.
slices.
Ham flakes. Nice fucking gams, ham flakes.
Hey, ham flakes. Your mom says hi, by the way. I was fucking her last night.
And then ham flakes runs away crying.
Yeah.
You got a lot of juice up there. Was that meant for like the show?
What, there?
Yeah.
No, that's a fly trap. Do not drink that.
Sorry, I meant the thing above it.
Oh.
You know, the
Ice
juice.
cubes.
Yeah.
There's just like
That was-
just like a jar of poison there.
That is,
Don't drink that.
I'm going to consolidate that very soon.
So we have extras if we need it.
We have extra juice. We barely have enough water.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted water at the last show.
Hey,
I like how
health conscious. That's
you
our
saw
audience.
Paul pointing at a mason jar full of apple juice and thought that they were like legitimately asking, was that for the show?
3, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Hello, everybody. Everybody, hello. This is Credit Zero, presented to you by After School Arcade. The members involve Luke,
Paul.
Daryl.
and me, Drew.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's us. That's After School Arcade. That's us. We do improv, we do podcasts,
You look so angry.
and we do jams, which is technically just improv, but in a different form.
Hell yeah. And welcome to August, by the way, Drew, if I may say so
Hottest
myself.
month of the year.
The hot, is it?
Well,
July felt hotter for me.
Yeah,
it did.
that's true. It's usually the hottest, I feel like, but it's usually the worst for like bugs.
That's fair. Did you hear? Speaking of bugs, actually not speaking of bugs. Did you hear that the Atlantic Ocean is like cooling at a rapid pace in August, and no one knows why?
It's cooling?
yeah,
Really?
It's like a rebound effect or something.
yeah. Well, I mean, no one knows. Even
Yeah,
the scientific
It's a
community
lack
is
of
sort-
whales
a lack of whales.
that are
whales,
farting in the
Whales
ocean.
can't heat it
yeah,
up.
whales have a lot of body fat, and fat
Yes.
is hot, as we know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
love my
Them-
curvy whale.
I love
Yeah.
my I love my boba butt whale.
Hell yeah!
Everybody knows that whales have Oakland booties.
Oh yeah, they got them thick, juicy
Oh
behinds.
yeah. Twerking whale? Oh,
More
please.
cushion for the pushing.
Hell yeah.
From other whales.
Do whales even have butts?
No. They barely have orifices.
More blubber for the mother.
You know what? That
Oh,
works.
that's
That works.
good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Speaking of things that we say that are good, Drew, go on.
Wow, fuck you too. All right, fine. I'll just segue into the questions then.
You can if you want
So
to.
I was mentioning that we do improv shows. If you're a new listener, we're an improv troupe.
And welcome, new listener. Why are you here?
Please let us know in the comments below. why we're here is we're a troop from Kitchener, Waterloo. It's mainly Kitchener at this point, let's be honest.
KW area.
Yeah, it used to be advertised as Waterloo, but then like 3 years in, it was still advertised primarily as like Waterloo area, and then I realized
people who lived there no longer live
yeah,
there.
none of us live in Waterloo. We never perform in Waterloo. Why are we saying Waterloo area? Yeah,
It's the region.
it's the region.
You could say the Tri-Cities.
That's true, but I don't because I'm an American.
If you're an American, why are you here?
Because I come from the other Twin Cities, Chicago and Albany.
Yeah.
Famous Twin Cities.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
They're like twins separated at birth, if you will.
There is another Tri-Cities in like New York State. I think it's like Albany,
Go on.
Rochester.
And
I don't know what the third one is.
yeah, that's what I thought. Go back in your corner.
Not a true American.
I'm not.
You know what, Daryl? You keep suggesting things for me to edit and do in the podcast, and let me say, the next thing that you ask me to do, like right now in the podcast,
Right now?
editing, I will do unconditionally. All right, go ahead. What
what's
am
your
I?
wish?
What is editor me doing right now?
Okay. I want you to add the sound of birds chirping.
Yeah, I'm not.
But
gonna
like
do that.
realistic.
I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Okay, so great. Why did you ask me?
You got, dude.
Pranked.
Get pranked, dude.
What a prank.
so-
You're on TV. What do you want to say to the
look, there's a
camera?
camera
What do you
there.
want to say to
Camera
Ashton?
there.
What do you want to say to
Camera
Ashton? Drew wants to say fuck this recorder.
You're all fucking assholes.
I love this.
And guess what? We stole your credit card.
That's a crime.
Did Ashton do that?
No.
Okay.
But I thought that'd be a funny prank.
I mean, that would be great if
Identity
he
fraud.
Yeah, if he did identity fraud on Mila Kunis or whoever.
On his wife.
Yeah. No, his wife's been on like those things before, hasn't she? Like Mila Kunis, where it's like, oh, it's your husband and you got pranked or something like that.
I guess. I don't care about those guys
You don't
anymore.
care about them anymore? Why not? What did they do?
They're just-
What did they do?
They're just not
What did
important
they
to me.
do? No, but they're important. What did they do?
They're just not in my life anymore.
What happened? You guys break up? You just fell out of
We
contact?
had a falling out.
Yeah.
We had some political disagreements.
They supported. Who's that one guy? This is gonna be
Keep
dark.
going. Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares? Anyways, yeah, during the shows we get asked questions by our audience, and like that's probably the main reason you're here. So we may as well dive into them. Must we, Drew?
We must.
All right.
This first question does not have a name on it, so I cannot cite my sources.
All right.
Would you rather have a dragon or be a dragon?
I'd rather have a dragon. I enjoy being a human. Wait, what is the lifespan of dragons?
Very long.
I have been concerned about mortality lately.
Hundreds of years.
Thousands of years. I mean, it depends on what, like,
They're sleeping a lot though.
they
Am I-
do sleep a lot.
Am I like really impressive like Smaug, or am I like a Komodo dragon?
Well, you'd go through the lifestyle. Whoa, that's
The
true.
lifestyle.
Yeah, if you're like
swingers.
If you're a Komodo dragon, you're not
That's not
doing
very
much.
impressive, yeah.
yeah. You're
You're
just going
eating deer.
everywhere.
You eat deer.
To be in good faith, I'm gonna say it's like a fantasy dragon. Pick your favorite like lore and go with the lore from that world.
Are there any immortal dragons? Surely there must be an immortal dragon.
For sure.
I don't know what the difference is between. I mean, like as far as lifespan, I don't know what the difference is between like a Chinese dragon and a European dragon.
One's from China.
Yeah, I know that. That's
Okay.
I think European dragons are usually more like beasts,
Yeah.
and Chinese dragons are usually more like
Chinese.
like they're a lot more Chinese.
I think so much more.
They're
Chinese.
more
They're at least 10% more Chinese.
they're more like obviously fucking European dragons are mythical too, but like they're more like magical in that sort of mythical
More
way.
fireworks.
I think.
More gunpowder.
in the Chinese dragon.
Yeah.
Well, I
That
mean,
makes
that is
sense.
the Chinese did discover gunpowder.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, like if you want to be as powerful as Smaug, you got to live like thousands of years. Like you got to start out as like a wormling.
Bro, how do you think I started out in the world of improv?
Wormling.
Yeah,
Hey, Wormling, I fucked your mother.
Oh! Years of that, and I had to build myself up to who I am today. So don't you forget.
I think dragons can like shape. Well, some dragons can
shape.
like shapeshift and stuff. Like you could just turn into a human and you'd be fine.
Well, in that case, what the fuck? Of course we'd be a dragon. If
you just get
shapeshifting is
both.
in the rules, well, I just never shapeshift back. I would just be a human that lives thousands of years.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Maybe, like, on occasion I'd sneeze and fire comes out. Oh no. Aside from that, I'd be fucking set.
So I've been watching that Game of Thrones offshoot of whatever
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
Boy, oh boy.
And they
Abby
got
Thorne's in it.
they got
cool.
they got dragons that are pretty fucking cool. But if you look at them from like the top side, they look weird as fuck. They look like bugs.
What's that?
So,
They look like bugs with wings.
How often are you gonna be like looking down on a dragon though?
Well, that's the thing though. I wouldn't be looking down on myself, but I'd be looking at myself sometimes.
Oh, you want to go with the dragon?
So if no, that's what I'm saying though. I would not want to be that. I'd rather own the dragon, be feared.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going like Game of Thrones lore, I wouldn't want to be a dragon because I'm pretty sure they're just like beasts. Like I haven't watched it admittedly, but I'm pretty sure they're like just animals, right?
can I also point out, if we're going Game of Thrones lore, I wouldn't want to be anyone.
I wouldn't be involved in that.
Yeah, that world kind of
Keep me
seems
the
like it
fuck away from
sucks.
that.
Exactly. Yeah, so I gave you a look when you mentioned Abby Thorne.
Yeah.
I say this as the biggest fan of Philosophy Tube, right?
Yeah.
I watch everything the day it comes out.
Yeah.
This hurts me to say, right? But this
Yeah.
is just based on, and I wanted to believe the opposite. Abby Thorne is not a good actor for whatever reason. I've watched her in House of the Dragon. I've watched her in Star Wars Acolyte. I've even heard her voice performance in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
She has been... I love her wit. I love the way she acts in her own stuff.
Yeah.
She is shockingly bad at acting in everything I've seen her in, and I don't know why.
Which
That's
one is
why.
she? What does she look like?
In the Star Wars The Acolyte, I don't remember what.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's some monk.
and
Or
House
something.
of the
She's some
Dragon.
monk in House
I
of the
don't-
Dragon.
She's a monk?
No,
yeah.
no, she's the lady who is like
A monk, yeah.
Yeah, she rolls around in the mud, I think.
Yeah, she rolls around in the mud and goes, "Oh, I love God." That's what monks do,
In the
right?
Star Wars world, yeah.
In the Star Wars world, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And
Editor
then
me, put in birds chirping.
add the sound of birds chirping.
I'll do it on my own terms.
In fact, editor me, put in Daryl asking for birds chirping, and then put in birds chirping.
Okay, great. I think.
Now put that same thing in backwards.
Why?
you.
Why?
Just added like 3 minutes to the podcast length.
Put in the entire podcast up to this point backwards.
No.
So this first question comes from Yug Thon.
First question.
Literally not the first question, my
Okay,
friend.
this additional question comes from Yug Thon Mule.
I think he asked like 3, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
let's go.
First one. How big would a room have to be to leave an elephant unaddressed? I think as
Ooh.
big as you wouldn't be able to see. So at least a kilometer long.
Yeah, like a gym wouldn't... Like, would a football field-sized room be big enough?
I would see an elephant. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Through,
That's an
through a
elephant.
crowd?
This question hinges on the addressability, and I feel like if you're a really apathetic person, it can be like just elephant size, but if you don't give a shit, you can just leave an elephant in there. In fact, I'd wager that if you went to like a public gym, put an elephant in there, versus like a room this size in your fucking house, but no one but you goes in there, it's easier to not address the elephant in the room in that one place.
You open
Fair.
the door to feed him and be like, hey, Al, how's it going?
Unfortunately, that would be addressing him. You're gonna have to let him
You have to
starve.
fully ignore him.
shit.
Yeah, it would just be like an elephant corpse eventually.
That's awful.
That's to be a real
That's a
horse
horrible-
You
room.
can still put
torturous
food in
situation.
there and not address them.
I feel like putting in food is addressing his needs, unfortunately.
It's addressing his needs.
Yeah.
It's not part of the question though.
I feel like it is. I feel like it is.
His needs are part of him.
So the room has to be big enough to have like a pasture and like of its own.
A pasture.
Yeah.
Let me just
it's
throw
not
him in
a
the
room.
pasture room. It's right next to the fucking like
Savannah room.
the savannah room.
I'm
Thank
not
you.
saying we have a big enough room. I'm just saying he has to be able to take care of his own needs or you're going to have to address it eventually because you'll have to take it out.
I don't mind just like negligenting an elephant to death.
You can deal with the smell for months and months and months.
No, as soon as he's a
Without
corpse.
addressing it?
No, as soon as he's a corpse, I can address it because
It's
that's
still
not
an
an
elephant.
elephant. That's not an elephant
Still an
anymore.
elephant.
It once was.
Oh my god. So a dead elephant is not an elephant.
Correct. It's rotting and returning to the good earth.
Is an elephant corpse an elephant? I think
Oh, sorry. Is oil dinosaurs?
yes.
No.
The trouble is, if you say yes to that, then my argument falls apart. So got him.
We're all stardust, baby.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I'm not a star. Certainly not in the improv world. What's the second question?
What's the best way to stack rhinos?
Yogg-Thonum, are you
Tip
okay?
to tip.
That's good.
Yeah.
What if you did like interlock the horns and then
Yeah.
tied the
Is it like the monkeys thing where you can make them hang off a cliff?
You interlock the horns, and then you hang them in a line.
You
But
need
it's
to
a
have a
barrel of
really
rhinos.
like curvy schnoz of a horn, though.
Yeah, so we select only the best ones.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
they can't
down
have
with
been in
that.
fights recently.
Yeah.
No, and they can't be molting.
Molting.
What does molting mean in the context of rhinos?
I don't know. I don't know if they actually do that.
Do you know if they actually do that?
The seasons don't change in the savannah, so no, they don't. They don't molt. Malting is when they
Coach,
get rid of their-
do
Yeah.
rhinos only exist in the savannah?
They actually exist in every major city on the planet.
Boom, zoos. Next question.
Next question is, what are there more of in the world? Wheels or doors?
Oh, this
This
is
is
a classic question.
I was about to say, this has either been asked of us before, or I remember it from like
It's a big
fucking middle
internet.
school. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's newer than middle school, but maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, question. Those little like that thing that contains the batteries on the side, is that a door?
I would count
on-
it as a door. Yeah.
Yeah. So like for every like thing that holds batteries inside a machine on a machine that you can like take off and put back on, if that's a door, like if everything on a cabinet is a door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's a door, is a lid a door? Lid a
I
door.
think it has to have a hinge,
door.
right?
A hinge? Okay, so if it has a hinge, so if a lid has a hinge. some
Okay,
lids
but that doesn't have
hinges.
a hinge. It just comes
does it
off.
come
has
off
a- it
completely?
Slides.
It slides off. Well, it has a hinge, but it detaches completely. Both are true at the same time.
Does it count as a door if it comes off?
Man, Yogg-Thonum, you're
like,
making us think.
Sliding
it's-
doors.
and I hate that.
It's got to open close, so it's got to be like the purpose of opening and closing. It cannot be off. Like
Yeah,
it
I
cannot
agree.
be like easily taken off. If that's the case, then it's a lid.
Yeah, it's like Daryl legally can't get off.
Legally,
Legally.
but illegally,
Morally, Daryl gets off every fucking day.
morally get off.
Yeah.
The Crown has decided that Daryl will remain celibate. for the
Yeah,
rest of his
but
life.
Daryl has decided it's come time, baby.
Okay. I think there are more wheels.
Why?
Because I feel like every vehicle, nearly every vehicle, has at least 2 4 wheels, maybe more.
There's 5 wheels and usually 5 doors, though.
Yeah, most cars have as many doors as they have wheels.
Actually, they have more if you count the back as a door.
Yeah.
They have 5 doors and 4 wheels.
Yeah,
spare
and
wheel.
Yeah, there's
There's a spare wheel.
Okay, hold on. Is every wheel and door
Doesn't
that
have
is
to be in
not being
use.
used?
It just has to exist.
Well, in that case, doors can't exist without hinges, because if you just have like a door that's just like sitting against a thing and it hasn't had its hinges applied, is it not a door yet?
Oh, is this the fucking elephant thing again?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, but you guys are thinking too small. I'm thinking like 18 wheelers. You know, there's like
a lot of wheels.
That's a lot of
there's 2
wheels.
doors, maybe
Yeah,
4
I still
doors.
think the number of doors in the world still offsets the 18-wheelers.
question for you.
Yeah.
Those if you go to like the beer store, the liquor store, and they have like the empties, you put them in a box and you roll them down.
Oh, those are all wheels.
Those are all wheels.
And then the carts. There's no doors on the carts, but there are wheels.
Yeah, but there are no
What
wheels
about
on a
bicycles?
house, and there are a lot of houses in the world.
With
What
a
about-
lot of doors.
What
a
about
lot of
bicycles?
Do they have doors?
No.
Oh, sure.
They have 2 or maybe more wheels.
Skateboards,
Yeah.
any of
Well, if they
those
have
kinds
more,
of
they're
things?
tricycles, surely.
True. Bicycles.
Yeah. Unicycles? How many wheels do they have? If only they left some sort of clue.
Yeah, that's way too many more wheels.
I think this is just a fun thought experiment and nothing we can possibly discern.
Fuck that.
fine.
Speed run. What's your answer?
My answer is as many, exactly 1-to-1. There's exactly as many wheels as doors as there are on the planet.
Wheels. Wheels.
In the summer it's wheels, in the winter it's doors.
I like that. That's
But in
good.
the
That's
savannah
good.
where the seasons don't change, it's...
Then it's
It's
up to
1-to-1.
it's up to the feudal lord.
Too
Round
many
up all
doors.
the wheels.
Burn the doors.
This has been fun. Fuck this. The next question comes from Gordon. If you could have a monopoly for good or for evil, which business or industry would you control and why?
Monopoly on a specific industry?
Yeah. Or business.
I feel like having a monopoly for good reasons on food would be helpful. To be like, we need to get...
you'd be the benevolent dictator.
Yeah. No, but like, if I was supposed to take a monopoly on
If you
something...
had to.
If I had to take a monopoly, it's like, oh, we should get like, I don't know, fucking like soybeans down to a minimum so that people can eat protein cheaply.
Right.
Can I go the opposite direction?
Do it.
I have a monopoly on Nazi paraphernalia, and it's way too expensive for anyone to buy.
Ooh, very, very
Price
good.
everybody out of the market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one can ever buy a copy of Mein Kampf ever again. No one can ever buy like a Nazi flag ever. Complete monopoly, right? That's the parameters.
That's woke capitalism.
I don't know what I would pick. That's a good ass question.
Right? Gordon asked some good ass questions. I can't help but notice you haven't said that Gordon asked good ass questions, Daryl.
I did Gordon even come to our show?
No.
So
Fuck you, man.
Opinion given.
So are you refusing to answer?
I'll answer, but I'm not answering your question about Gordon. It's not an audience member. I don't have to pander to him. I'm not gonna insult Gordon. But what I will say is that, you know, Gordon, you don't have to ask a question. Does he listen to this podcast?
Yes! Yes, he does. He's very he happens to live very far away and wanted to support us from afar.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Gordon.
What we did was like the Errol Morris thing. Have I told you about that?
No, tell me.
Errol Morris, the important documentarian, when he would do interview subjects, he would have it a lot of time. I think it was like 2 minutes per question for someone to answer. And if they answered early, he would just like stare
Wait at the
them.
2 minutes.
And he'd get like amazing things because they'd like try and fill the silence.
That is such a Chad move.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you're totally right, because silence does bring out the,
Yeah, and it like was people like what's his
confess to
face?
crimes.
For fucking real. Like he interviewed McNamara and fucking
Mac the Nut, what?
Robert McNamara was he orchestrated
Isn't
a
he
lot
like
of the war.
That's Macklemore.
Is that Macklemore? I thought it was Mac the Knife that I was doing.
Oh, okay.
That's Bobby Darin?
Well, yeah, but he did a song called Mac the Knife.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, the shotgun
Has
such teeth. Yeah, exactly.
McNamara
And it shows the pearly whites.
McNamara co-orchestrated a lot of the bombings
no.
in Japan during World War II, and then co-orchestrated a lot of the Vietnam War and
Sorry.
shit the bed.
The guy responsible for a lot of the bombing of Japan, they brought him back for Vietnam?
Yeah, yeah, because he did his job correctly.
One more run.
He just utterly shit the bed.
That is so hilarious to know that, like, fucking J. Robert Oppenheimer went on fucking TV and just quoted the Bhagavad Gita and started crying, just going, I have killed millions. I am become death. Meanwhile, the other guy was like, hey, you guys doing Vietnam? I'm available.
Yeah.
Want to see me do it again?
Not the nuclear bombings, the worse ones where they like firebombed a bunch of Tokyo because they knew that there's A, civilians there, and B, a lot of their architecture was based on light timber and paper, and they knew it would burn up.
That is bad. Are
Yeah.
you ready to say that's worse than the nuclear bombs?
By body count, yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's awful.
Because it was lots.
Well, yeah, of course it was lots. It was more than a nuclear bomb. It was more than 2 nuclear bombs.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was the war secretary under George W. Bush? Doug
Ford?
No. Oh my god.
Timmy's egg sandwich.
Oh, I forget his name. He did that too.
He
And
bombed all the Yahoos.
He did Steve Bannon as well, and he did that technique, and it's amazing to watch him be like kind of, all those war criminals.
No kidding.
It's like squirm a little bit.
Did you know that? Good for him.
Yeah.
Did you know that they originally were supposed to drop the bomb on like Tokyo or something like that, but it was really cloudy that day?
I did not know that.
It was maybe it wasn't Tokyo, but it was a really populous district, and it was really cloudy, and they were like, I don't know, do Nagasaki instead.
Oof.
And
Like
Hiroshima.
it was cloudy? Like, why would that affect the bombs?
It was like,
Like the pilot.
Yeah, because it's by sight.
yeah.
But wouldn't they know, like, from radar or whatever? Like,
It wasn't
where
that
they're
good
dropping?
back then.
It was the 40s, man.
Yeah.
So they just like, all right, let's drop it.
They sure did,
What,
and
in
that's
the
what they
ocean?
did. And
They did?
and they hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
They dropped it?
Yeah. A lot of people died, man.
Whoa, when did this happen?
World War II.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was before you were born.
I
before my
forgive
time.
myself for not remembering.
So the question went to you. If you had a monopoly on business.
My monopoly would be on, let's see, what's really expensive right now?
Food,
Gasoline.
housing, a lot of things are really expensive right now.
Yeah.
You're spoiled for choice.
Is this like an
2020,
international
Steve.
monopoly, by the way? Like, is
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
worldwide? Yeah, okay.
the monopoly? That's why I say Nazi paraphernalia. No one gets to be a Nazi ever again.
Yeah. They'll figure it out.
I'd have a.
No, I'm assuming it's
There's
not
going
like
to be an underground market.
yeah, but I assume if like it's like, oh, you could have a monopoly. It's not like you have a monopoly and instantly it's gone. Like, this is a hypothetical. We don't have to
Right.
cling to the real world. I have the
You
monopoly.
built it up over time.
Anything underground, instantly.
Yeah.
So, which
Yeah.
means nobody gets to have Nazi shit.
Well, technically, the technical definition of a monopoly isn't 100%. You can have just a controlling share of
Editor
the,
me, put in a
market.
shotgun cocking sound effect.
Imagine someone like
Put
a
in birds
neo-Nazi
chirping.
group getting like sued for copyright infringement.
Yeah. You don't own the trademark on this?
I'd have a monopoly on gasoline and raise the price so much that, that it becomes insanely hard to continue using gas vehicles. And it pushes the EV market even further. For good.
Did you buy stocks? Do you have Tesla stocks or something that you
Well,
want
I'd
to tell us
have
about?
to. I'd have to. Well, Tesla's going out.
Yeah, Tesla. We're talking Nissan, baby.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Cybertruck? It's like a mess.
Yeah. Have you heard about the
I saw a picture of
Nissan
it
Leaf
recently.
SE?
Somebody
That's your dream car?
To the moon, baby. It unironically is. Yeah, that's the only reason I know it.
somebody tried towing something with the Cybertruck and they lost their bumper.
Oh no.
Like on their car or on their person?
They lost their bumper on their person. They
No.
lost their own bumper.
They're just trying to tow a car. They're like, my ass.
My boba butt.
Do you want to explain that at least?
No, it's
you just
like-
said it twice and no. All right.
It's like it's an addition to your butt. That's
Yeah, it's
made out
got
of
those
boba.
boba pearls. Yeah, but for ass cheeks.
It's basically like a Brazilian butt lift.
Does
but
it feel like the stress balls?
It's
that
like a
have, all
Bulba
the
butt
little
lift.
balls inside.
yeah, it's
Bulbous.
exactly. It's like a BBL, but replace Brazilian with boba.
Yeah, and it's made of
Boba.
tapioca and it's sweet. Like eating
a
ass.
sweet
would,
ass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Eating
Ooh.
ass would become like an industry at that point, you know?
An industry. I want the monopoly on the ass eating industry.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. What's the next question?
Oh shit.
All right, this next question.
This next one comes from James, Heart James.
Hello, James.
Hello, James.
James asks, "Can
James
you?"
Corden.
James Corden asks,
that a dirty little burger? That's my interpretation of James.
"Can you eat 2 pieces of raw garlic while fighting a vampire apocalypse? How and why?"
Well,
How?
Paul, as the most recent person to eat raw garlic.
You don't
what's
even
your
know the
opinion
half
on
of it. I was cooking a steak the other day, and I chopped up half a thing of raw garlic to put on the steak, and then I realized the other half. It's like, oh, if you put it in the fridge, it's just gonna dry up and get bad. So I ate the other half. You are very
Why?
correct. I was bored, man.
You hated it when you did it on the Cooking With.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to inoculate myself.
Oh, okay. I have heard that people do eat raw garlic, so it's not like it
yeah,
doesn't
like
happen.
Scandinavians, they're fucking gross.
But yeah, exactly. It's weird. At least make those like thinly sliced garlic chips, like roast them a little bit and then just eat
Yeah,
them like
roast.
that.
I don't got time to roast things. I'm busy.
I heard you can put like a
You know
whole.
how low maintenance roasting is?
You know how high maintenance I am?
That's true.
I heard you can like put garlic like a whole, not clove, but what's that?
bulb?
A bulb.
Okay.
A bulb of garlic.
Yeah.
And then you just put some like little bit of butter in it.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Put it in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eat it. Like
Yeah.
just eat it like with a spoon
Yeah. No, I've
With a
done that
spoon.
before.
because it gets like
Really?
soft.
Yeah.
Is,
Yeah.
is that like garlic confit or whatever it's called, or is that something else?
Garlic
Yes,
confit.
Yeah, isn't that a thing like in cooking?
I know you
Confit?
can do that.
Sounds
for sure.
French.
Yeah.
Confit is when you cook it in its own juices.
Oh, I thought it was
I
on
do
the
that shit
feet.
all
I
the
was
time.
like, that's weird. Why would you
that
put
with
garlic
chicken
on your
thighs.
feet?
You smell bad. Let me put garlic on them to mask it.
I would like that actually.
I feel like
not
Smell
everybody,
like garlic?
not everybody likes the smell of garlic, I guess.
Okay, so if raw garlic dispels vampires and stuff like that, why the fuck would you eat it?
Yeah, that you're getting rid of your like ammo.
100%, yeah. I would just like
Could eat bullets.
Like, I would just put the 2 cloves in my fucking nose before I would, like, eat it and put it in my stomach acid, you know? So that I wouldn't have to hold it, so that I could hold the steak in one hand and
I
the
see.
cross with the other.
Yeah. And then just breathe through your mouth.
Yeah, but like the vampire is gonna get close to you to bite your neck because apparently that's the only place that they can get blood from.
Yeah.
So
I
they get
wear it
close
like
to you.
as a scarf.
Okay, but if it would be on your breath, then they couldn't bite you. They
If
couldn't
you're
get
if
close
you're
to you.
breathing strategically, I still think if you have it in your nose, they like sense it beforehand, and it's a much better.
That's the only way I
I'm
breathe.
just thinking you get like a garlic oil. You know, like that peppermint oil stick that I have?
That is a. Sorry, 1 second, Drew. That is a complete lie. What are you talking about? That's the only way.
I breathe strategically.
That's the only way you breathe.
That's the only way I breathe.
What happens when you sleep, my friend?
Well, I just think about it while I'm sleeping.
You dream about breathing. Editor me, put in birds chirping.
This message comes from Cam.
Hello, Cam. This message.
asks-
It's not a question.
This missive. Who is the best? And in brackets, vague. So it's a vague question on purpose. Who is the best?
Daryl's in a band, and that's pretty cool.
That's the best.
Of us?
yeah.
The best.
Alright.
That's the best.
Next question.
Well, Paul's the best. Paul's getting a master's.
Yeah, Paul's a doctor. Paul's a physician.
I am neither of those two
Paul can
things.
give medical advice as
I-
well
I-
as investing advice.
I can do that, but it's just very irresponsible.
Yeah.
All right, if we're expanding this bit, Drew already got a second diploma in finances, and like did it well before me, which means Drew has had time to expand on things first. So Drew is the best.
I feel like
Yeah.
getting a college diploma doesn't measure up to getting a master's degree.
It's true.
I got my master's at Brock, so it evens out. Who's gonna say that Luke's the best?
Luke is currently currently holding the next question, so he's the best.
Solid.
Thanks, bro.
You're always curious for knowledge. You're always like learning new things, and I think that's pretty admirable.
I'm an autodidact for sure.
Okay,
that the
you're
bad
the
guy from
worst. You
Halo?
are the fucking worst. Autodidact?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you just fucking auto-fillet yourself and go over there?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, wait, if anyone can suck their own dick, that makes them the best in this
Yeah.
group.
No.
You speak
No.
now or forever hold your peace.
No, it doesn't.
Editor
not?
me, put in birds chirping.
No, it doesn't. And I don't do that.
Can you? No. Can you?
No.
You have to get rid of your ribs, don't you? Like
No, that's just
ribs?
what Marilyn Manson did because he was bored. No, if you, honest to God, it depends more on flexibility and like dick length than like ribs. Your ribs really don't get in your way.
Okay.
I think a lot of acrobats can do it. It's a lot more to do with like back flexibility.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta look this up later. I don't
having a
know.
big
I've never heard
penis.
of this.
I mean,
Search off.
Yeah.
I don't want to explain how I know this.
Yeah.
I have never sucked my own dick before. However, I know that I can slap myself in the cheek with my dick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Sorry, could in the past, during undergrad days when I was a bit more limber.
Okay, that's very exciting though.
Thank you, yeah. Past me was the best.
Congratulations.
Thank you on slapping myself on the cheek with my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very accomplished.
Do you believe there should be more whimsy in the world? Or do you think we've reached the max amount of whimsy the world can handle? If whimsy means the same thing that I think whimsy means, we need a lot more.
We need whimsy.
We need it.
Negativity in the Western world is really, really high. I don't know what like the Eastern world is like. I don't even know what Europe is like right now.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like at the very least in North America and Australia specifically, I know there is a lot of doom and gloom right now. I'd
Yeah.
love more whimsy.
Yeah, and it's also like whimsy is dismissed as like unserious, which always annoys me. That's like, oh, like if you're like happy and whimsical, it's because you're some sort of child or something.
You're
It's like,
naive.
yeah.
You just don't get the world.
Yeah, If cynical means that you're smart, actually. So,
Yes, you are totally right. I hate that.
Yeah,
I
that
hate that a lot.
sucks ass.
I think I even used to be like that.
When I was like 15, I was like that. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like during undergrad.
Oh, okay.
When I was too busy slapping my own cheek.
You were proud of that?
I was like, I'm cynical. And, yeah.
I think that's a pretty whimsical thing to do.
You've already achieved
your own dick.
Yeah.
I suppose.
It's a lot of body exploration.
Yeah, you come home, you're really cynical after your job of cynicism, and you just like bend over and you're like, and you like suck your own dick.
Yeah.
I do think we need a bit more whimsy. I don't know, like you guys are saying, like a lot more whimsy. I don't know if we need like a lot more whimsy.
Why not?
Spoken like a true Drew.
As the resident,
Sensible approach.
Okay, I don't want that much more
everything
whimsy.
in balance. As the resident weeb, I don't want everything to be like Akihabara and like moe culture everywhere.
Okay,
I think
you said
that's a
it.
little bit too much. But I do think, like having like neat things happen to you throughout the day, like little spontaneous things, I think is probably good.
Okay.
So if we could like personify whimsy into like a sound, it'd be like woo, right?
We all agree, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Like, is there a better sound for whimsy?
yeah. Let me play it right now. It's birds chirping.
No, that's nature. That's not whimsy. Is nature?
That's
whimsy?
why
nature
your
can be
dad loves it. Your
whimsical.
dad
It
is
can
full of
be.
whimsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. Your dad loves birds. Your dad loves whimsy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The definition of play is a thing that's done for its own sake, as
Yeah,
opposed to work, which is for something else's sake.
Is that whose definition is that?
From David Graeber, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whimsy is just playing.
David Graeber, bullshit jobs guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need more people playing. Is that what it's asking?
Or
Do
just
you want to
like
have more people, more play?
yeah.
I actually do have an addendum to this. You know how like there are cynics who are like, oh well, nowadays kids are just on their phones. Whatever happened to playing in the streets and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I will say one thing that I've been super grateful for in my life recently is that I will go outside at like sunset in like in August or July or really any like day. I will genuinely see kids playing in my street.
Yeah.
I live in a very like mixed neighborhood of like middle income, old people, people with families, etc., etc. And like if I take a walk, I will almost guarantee see at least one child playing in the street. Especially since there's a couple of basketball hoops set up on my streets, and it is like one of those things that's just like. The world really is all right, and people online don't know what they're fucking talking about,
Yeah.
and that's great.
Yeah. It's like when I see kids like hanging out like on a bike or something, I'm like, oh yeah, that's childhood. Like they're learning a ton.
Yeah, and that's universal childhood.
Yeah.
People say like, oh, kids just want to be inside, be on computers, stay on their phones all day. They're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, those people complaining on Facebook, they're the ones that are just like online all the time. And they
Yeah.
just,
The whole time.
yeah, and they just assume the world is like them. Genuinely, yeah.
And like not to mention like in terms of like the internet's tendency to put yourself in a bubble. It's like, oh yeah, playing with kids that are like a very different background than you is like very good, especially as a kid.
You
'Cause
know-
you're like, who gives a shit?
You know what, Luke?
Yeah.
My friend, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Next question.
All right, sweet. Whew.
Such a doozy.
I thought it was for a second.
Yeah.
Cameron W asks,
You misread that.
I sure did. I'll
Read it
ask the
properly
question.
first.
No. I'm not saying this out loud. Cameron W asks, and then I'll show you how it was written so you'll really understand why I was like, who. Cameron W asks, have y'all ever rapped and then... Imagine misreading that.
Yeah, that's a pretty serious question.
Yeah, have y'all ever rapped before?
I have a very embarrassing story about rapping,
Oh, here
unfortunately.
we go.
Here we go.
Read that again.
And does it involve a cat, dude?
No.
All right, sweet. Go on.
So it was at Brock. It was first year of the DART program, the Dramatic Arts program.
Okay.
And the way it's broken up is like there's like I think 4 different like concentration streams and then just like a general concentration.
Yeah, there's like toxic, more toxic, even more toxic, and stage production, right?
What we called it was stage production, performance, praxis, and drama and education.
Praxis.
Praxis is like practice and theory combined.
With an X in it.
It's a
Yeah, it's
really
like dramaturgy, yeah.
academic like I'm so smart word. But anyway, I was like, I wanted to be an actor, right? So I'm like, I'm going to do the performance thing. And you had to do a monologue and a skill. You had to show off a skill. So like some people would sing. Or
Some people
whatever.
would juggle. Oh wait, no, that was a different class, wasn't it?
We learned juggling in second year.
Yeah, okay.
But you know, you take a guess what that class was called.
Clowning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a fucking clown?
We're just
You have a
clowning
wonderful
around.
laugh, my friend. No need to lean away from the mic. That was beautiful.
But like, I like the acting part, but I didn't really have any like other skills. Like I couldn't dance or sing or anything like that.
You couldn't do finances.
And I, at the time, no. Also, that wouldn't go well on stage.
You just balance someone's budget.
I would. Are you kidding me? If you like lit that properly and like blocked everything, had good costume and
Just
makeup,
really earnestly doing taxes.
Yeah.
I would watch that 100%.
It's like that's like a very compelling drama. Yeah, I'm sure you'd get like a PhD instantly.
Like
Like
no,
the
people,
performance
holy
art.
shit. People would say that you're like revolutionary. Not a lot of people, but some people would
Not
say
the
that.
kind of people I want to spend time with.
Here. Well, I mean, you were in the dart pro. Anyway, yeah.
I left. Technically, no, I graduated, but anyway.
Graduating is leaving, but just
that's
like
true.
formally.
I didn't leave early. Anyway, I was like searching and like soul searching or whatever. Like, what the hell kind of skill can I do? Like, I've never really practiced any skill that performs well. And at the time, it was like when I first discovered Bo Burnham,
Okay.
the comedian, and like all his YouTube songs and shit like that. And he had like some like sung songs and some like rapped songs and stuff. So I was like pretty good at memorizing lyrics and stuff. So I was like, okay, I could probably do one of these. And they did a rap in the main stage, the sort of big performance that year. So I was like, okay, if I do like a rap thing, then like that's like they have it on their mind because they did it in the main stage, and I can show like, oh, I'm like so much better than these other people. Fucking, I never rapped before. I wasn't a rapper. So I was just like bullshitting my way, and
Three,
did-
2, 1.
it did not go well. I like ran out of breath mid like go, and it's like a Bo Burnham song, so it's like internet humor, and like it's not like if you find it funny, you find it funny. If you don't find it funny, it's like, what the hell are these lyrics? Like it's like
no.
super cringy and shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously I didn't get into the concentration, but it was like I still like wince when I think about it.
Of course, yeah. Yeah. Do you have a rapping story for us, Luke?
I don't think so.
You've never rapped.
You know what? The closest, the only thing that comes up is when you and I went to Popeyes one time, and I had a Kendrick Lamar stuck in my head, and I couldn't stop singing, "Give me some ganja! Give me some ganja!"
I remember
and we
that.
were the only white people in the Popeyes.
I do remember that. Our shameless period. God, I miss living in Waterloo with you, man.
that was in St. Catharines, you mean?
Oh, is that where we were?
Yeah. that
Well, I
was-
still miss living in Waterloo with you.
Yeah. No, it was fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't have a rap story really. We played Beastie Raps, which was a game.
Yeah.
In UW, so we rapped there.
I do like that game. It's fun.
Yeah. I think UW taught us a Bronc, and that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I rapped. I rapped. Are we cool to leave it there, or in grade 12, I had to do like a couple of assignments for school, as you like to say, Drew.
I do, yeah. I hate
and
saying it normally.
yeah.
Echo.
And fucking one of them was about like how Jesus was actually like brown because like he was born in the Middle East, and like fucking like, it was for history basically.
What kind of woke ass school did you go to?
It was just the assignment was like a misconception about history.
Okay.
And the one I picked was like the whole idea that like in the Renaissance they painted Jesus as a white guy. And
Like,
stuff like
yo,
that.
Jesus is a homie.
Yeah. And exactly, that is what I did. No. I found a version of...
Oh my god.
I found a version of God Rest Ye Merry... That was real, wasn't
That's
it?
really good. That's very funny. Embarrassing white dude like, Jesus was a homie.
Well, I mean, it brings to mind that whole, like, Jesus Christ is my N-word from that
Yeah.
one passage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I found a kind of, like, rap background version of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, you know, like but like with a bunch of like, it was synthesized and it was like
The Christmas song.
yeah. And over that, I just overlaid, and my parents heard me, even though I strategically
Like in your room practicing?
Yeah, I strategically recorded at 2 a.m. And also, it was really bad in the sense that I tried to not wake my parents and let them hear the cringe within, so I kind of whisper rapped it, like in that way of like, you know, you're a young voice actor and you don't want to wake the other people in your house. And so, because of that, the quality suffered because I wasn't belting it out like, you know, rappers do when they're good. Yeah.
Like those mumble rappers.
Yeah, there's like two varieties of like really bad white rappers in my opinion. There's the people who like whisper rap it and like do that, or there's the people that do this. And I hate both of those, right?
The really like talking fast shit?
Yeah, they're talking fast and they think that they have really good flow for that. And like those are the two types of really bad white rappers in my opinion.
Like Rap God.
And it was absolutely the fucking whisper one, and it was terrible. It was really bad, and I submitted it for an assignment and didn't even listen to like it after I like, you know, made sure the final product was at least coherent and
A C grade worthy.
yeah. And the history teacher complimented the like creativity of it. And just sort of went like, I've never had a student do. For the record, this was also like you could make your own thing, or you could make a paper or something like that. I chose the rap just because like.
Oh, it wasn't a rap assignment. It's
Correct.
just that's the medium you chose to express yourself.
I think the concept was really cool. I already knew that I would loathe the fact that I would needed to execute it because I knew I couldn't do it justice. But man, you know when you know you're like a novice at something, so it's like, okay, it's not going to be good, and then you make it, and then you're like, Jesus, I was
really
more than
bad.
correct. Yeah.
Okay, I have two questions.
Yeah.
One, I have to ask if you remember the grade you got.
It was in the low 90s, which
Okay,
for
so
that
like a good grade.
for that history teacher, that's a fantastic grade. He was a very hard marker.
Wow.
Thank you. God,
then-
be impressed. Put bird sounds in.
The
No,
second,
that doesn't apply to this.
Oh,
actually
good
have-
point.
I actually have
Put
three.
negative bird sounds in.
Negative bird.
All right, go.
I have three things next. I forgot.
Yeah. What's your second?
The second one was, do you still have it? The file.
God, I hope not.
The third thing is, if you do have it, can you put it in
At the end of the episode?
right now?
Oh.
I really hope I don't have it. I'll be a person of my word. I'll say if I can find it. I'll put it. Tell you what, if I can't find it, I already know where I found the backing track. If I can't find it, that's the backing track.
And then you'll do it a new one over the backing
No, I will not. I am not a good maybe. Truth be told, I feel like because I have a background in voice work and stuff like that, if I wanted to cultivate a certain rap voice, I maybe could.
You get like a 97 today.
Yeah. I mean,
With inflation.
nice. I could maybe do it all right in like a Stamper-esque way of like rapping and stuff like that, but yeah. On a whole, I don't think I'd be a good rapper, and I don't remember the lyrics, luckily, so I don't have to do it.
Hello.
Cool. All right, we doing the next question?
Daryl has it. Do you still have it?
Oh.
You lost
You just
it.
threw it away?
Someone wrote that in beautiful.
Is it this one?
Beautiful.
I don't know, dude.
Oh, no.
Here, take this
throw
one.
it
and
on the
we'll
ground?
look for it.
Okay, I'll take another one, but...
Here it is. Nope.
That's
What the fuck, dude?
Okay, it'll be for my next one. I'll find it. It's over.
Will you?
This question comes from Keegan.
Hi, Keegan.
Keegan asks, what should the next gummy animal be?
Octopus would be kind of cool.
Gummy octopus would be cool.
Oh, yeah, because it could like change colors, you know?
Yeah. That'd be neat.
I was thinking like
That'd be hard to do in a candy, wouldn't it?
A gummy candy?
That would
yeah, they
change
change
colors.
Oh, I'm not saying like I'm saying like the different pieces are different colors.
Hey, yo! Speaking of gummy things, I bought this with you all in mind. I found this at the exotic candy store
Trolley?
yesterday. Would all of you like one? It's called a Trolley Sour Bursting Crawlers. Say the tagline, please.
A flavor explosion!
What do you think?
Those
Yeah.
the ads for that shit is so obnoxious.
I love that. The
You
fucking
do?
the '90s era of like, whoa, kids, fuck your dad. Here comes the candy.
It's one of those ads where it's like trying to be unsettling on purpose.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
very
yeah.
like Tim Burton. Like
Bursting crawlers.
Trolley.
Got them with you all
is
in
there
mind
blue-
because
is there
I
blue in there?
appreciate y'all so dang much.
thank you.
This episode.
Okay. What do you think?
Oh, there's shit inside of it. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're bursting, dude. Flavor explosion.
Fair enough. They're like fruit gushers.
These are good, actually.
They're alright.
They're sour, alright.
Mine wasn't that sour.
No.
Maybe I have a little.
I'm used to
baby
like
mouth.
warheads, you know.
Yeah, I'm used to real sour.
Well, yeah, if you're comparing it to a warhead.
Yeah. So I'm not feeling it.
No, I've been eating taters
But anyway,
all my
that's
life.
that's the gummy I'd make. Man, that was good. I'm glad I got them for you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, if you want another one, I can always after the podcast.
Is there a
give you
blue one?
Daryl, I knew you were going to ask that question. In fact, here are some bird sounds. All right, here's the blue one.
Oh, it's blue and purple. It's kind of weirdly purple at the end.
You got the only blue one, dude.
It's like tipped.
Did
It's
you
like an
want a little
octopus.
bit?
Huh?
What do you want from me?
No, it's good. It's good.
Luke keeps putting his hand on my shoulder.
What's up with that, man?
I'm just going like this.
You're being like a supportive dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm proud of you.
Ooh, in the midst of this, while you're thinking of your gummy candy things, unless you have something to say right now,
Gummies.
which one of us do you think is most ready to be a dad or a parent?
Didn't we?
Like, suppose a kid came into one of our lives. Who here do you think is most both mentally and physically equipped? Like, happy to do it, ready to do it, prepared to do it?
I feel like I'm out of the question because like I can't take care of myself right now. So I feel like right now is not great. Maybe in a year, but
That's a sympathy garnering question. All right.
I'd like to get my career in a better place in order to raise kids. I think Happy and I are on the same page about that.
That's
right
fair.
now. Yeah.
I will say, I won't reveal too much, but congratulations on getting your career in a slightly better place, Luke.
yeah.
Thank you. Very small, but
Significant.
significant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, sure.
So you'd knock someone up right now.
Knock someone up, jeez. Don't be so lewd about it.
That is dad behavior if I ever heard it. That is dad behavior right there.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
think you'd be an all right dad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What about you, Paul?
What about me? Hi, my name's Paul Jones.
It's a fucking self-diagnosed question
It's evading the question.
I'm evading the self-diagnosis.
that you asked yourself.
Looks like I don't have autism.
That took me a second, but I appreciate it.
Cheers. Maybe. I'd like a. Truth be told, I'm 60-40 on wanting kids down the line. It used to be a 60-40 in the other direction. I don't know what changed. And at this point, I don't have a solid career like lined up. And I will tell you right now, I'm teaching at a university. I'm teaching 2 courses, right? How much money am I getting in a year from that, do you think? And it's like teaching at a university, right? So it should be good money.
But 2 courses? I bet the per hour is high, but
No.
aside from like the background stuff.
No, I think it's minimum wage, Geraldine. Bird sounds.
Not really.
For 2 courses, the highest I think I would put it is like 20,000 in a year for 2 courses, and I think that's the maximum.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not tenured, you have no benefits, you're not like a professor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say 24K.
Cool.
I think you get Domino's pizza coupons.
And they're pretty good, but I also need something about my career.
Yeah, no, no, they pay you in Domino's pizza coupons, but it's like 150K a year.
Oh man, I am set. Domino's, it's your boy back again. They're like, how do you keep doing this? 14. A whole year.
Okay.
Woo!
Yeah. Hilariously, you were correct. The per hour rate is high. They just
It's only when you're in the
underestimate.
class.
Huh?
It's only when you're in the classroom, presumably.
Not only that, but they hilariously undervalue how much hourly
That's the
work goes
thing
into
with
it.
teachers, like even elementary
Yeah.
school teachers and shit. Yeah.
But elementary school teachers at least get like pretty good consistent pay. Like
Yeah, because they're salaried.
Yeah. But as well, even just like tit for tat, even with tenured profs, there's a good argument to be made that like it's better money to work in elementary schools than university, even for full-time work at this point.
Really?
Yeah. Like fucking my old when you make over 6K or sorry 6 figures a year. Yeah, I'm dumb. When you make over 6K, that's like everybody.
That's the
Then
dream.
you got it set.
If you make over 100,000, you have to be put on like a list that can be searchable. And so I looked it up.
The Sunshine List.
Is that what it's called? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked it up. Most of my high school teachers earned well over 6 figures a year. And I will tell you right now, my supervisor at my university does not make 6 figures a year.
But how long were they at the university for?
This will be their 12th year.
It's a pretty long time.
That is, and they're tenured for how long?
I want to say they arrived in a pretty dire moment, so they got tenure track really quickly. So it might have been like 7 years.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great. I don't know if that's just Brock or if that's just university profs in general, because the profs at UW, some of them made decent money.
Well, I mean, they're also in engineering, which is like a cash cow, right? So it could be like a government funding type of thing. Put in birds chirping.
Doesn't apply. We're talking about cows.
Put in cows chirping.
Okay.
Next question.
I'm interested to hear about what that might be. How chirping might sound like.
Perhaps you guys can fill me in on what the hell this means.
I'd love to fill you in, Drew.
Is the Juicy Lucy really juicy?
Yes.
All right, next question.
What's the Juicy Lucy?
I don't know, but it sounds very sexual.
The Juicy Lucy got a crazy boosie. You know what I'm saying?
This comes from Gemma.
All right. Hello, Gemma.
Gemma.
Proceed.
For Paul.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
In episode 10 of Credit Zero,
What the fuck?
she went back. You revealed that you wear the same pair of underwear for 2 days straight. Is today day 1 or day 2 of the pair you're wearing?
That's a good question, actually. Thanks for the very invasive question.
It wasn't invasive. You mentioned it on the podcast. It's all public knowledge.
Yeah, but it's still... I could reveal that I've sucked my own dick before, but if someone approached me on the street and went, "Hey, Paul, you suck your own dick today?" That's still invasive.
my
I get
God,
to I get to give the information on my own time, huh?
I was like, oh my god, they admit it.
You denied it before, but now it's out.
Because I slept over at Luke's place, I will admit we're all human beings in the room, right? We're all friends.
Yeah.
Today
Except
is
that elephant over there.
except for that elephant over there, but it's dead.
You admit it's still an elephant. Good fuck.
Today's day 2.
Yeah.
Today is
That
absolutely.
Did you flip it around, or is it as it was?
I don't know how unclean some people's genitalia are, but I don't need to flip it out. It's not like there's going to be this like giant undefinable stain. I don't know if I TP my genitalia to hell afterwards or something like that, but I am fine on a second day. It's just like you don't want to push it beyond 2.
But it's not that. It's like you're trapping your bits into this like little sack.
They don't
And
stay
that's-
trapped for long,
And
my
they're
friend.
and they're what?
They don't stay trapped for long, my friend.
Where'd they go then?
Every which away, dude.
Like, what if you're driving? You have a show, like all this.
I
like,
free ball it.
Yeah, you let them take a walk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Please explain.
No.
Take the dogs for a walk.
You take your dogs for a walk. You let them outside the property. They do their business. They come back in an hour later.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
dogs.
You let your boys need a house, but you let them out and say, "Come back when the street lights come on."
Let me put it this way, Daryl. Remember how angry I was on the drive over because all the bullshit of like the traffic and stuff like that,
Okay.
and then I arrived to the show and I was fine. Do you think I didn't jack off in the car on the way over?
I guess I have my answer. So thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, and thank you for asking, Gemma. I hope you got more than you bargained for. The next question comes from Drew's dad.
Hey.
He even wrote Drew's dad. The next statement comes from Drew's dad. Discuss future plans to grow an audience to the size where you need a new venue.
Oh, we have though. We have
Yeah,
discussed
it's,
this. Even
it's-
on the podcast, we've discussed this, haven't we?
We're just not good at like marketing.
Yeah.
We're getting better. We're doing physical posters. That's been really nice.
Yeah.
We're thinking of switching up our online advertising in the next few months, seeing how that improves things. I also think like it's an improv show. There's a cap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the demand's not like too crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of like a community-ish thing, where like you build oh, you have been working out, damn. But
Can you actually see it, or are you being facetious?
there I could, yeah.
Oh, really?
We were flexing, yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Somebody's been doing their squats.
I also really love how, let's not explain it, but all we heard was, oof. Oh, you have been working out. No, I mean that legitimately. No one knows.
I
what
can
we
really
did.
feel it now.
All right, go on.
I lost my train of thought. I was just talking about like you build a community and then like you have like a core base and stuff. So it's like a slow.
Yeah.
I love how Drew started talking and instinctively we just went, oh, man.
Oh, we got some spare time to kill.
This is the part of the concert where they play their new stuff and everyone sits down.
As well, our current venue has a capacity limit of like the 90s, and also
We're not getting 90 people in that space.
that's one thing I'm thinking. As well, we've got I don't want to discuss this too much on the podcast. We've got a sweet deal with that fucking venue.
Yeah.
If we need a new venue, it's because we need a new venue. I'm totally cool with like finding the occasional show, maybe when like your head's better and stuff like that. And it's like, oh shit, we can go cater to another community or something like that. Well, this might be cool. We might like do 2 shows a month for like, let's say if the group
Hamilton or
expands.
something, I think
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mentioned, yeah.
If the group expands, or we get more time, or we have more resources, and it's like, yeah, we want to dedicate more time to this and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. But I don't think we're in a rush to leave our current performing venue behind.
We'd have to get more corporate first, and we'd have to, like offer more options for people to purchase things.
Yeah.
And then we'll be
Merch.
like, we got money to burn.
Didn't I say that I would love to sell t-shirts with Drew's face on them?
Yeah.
Oh no, Drew's ass.
Drew's ass. Drew's ass on the back, Drew's face on the front. Yeah.
Drew's ass on the back and says, I'm horny.
And on the front, it's Drew's face, and I'm not horny. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Just seeing someone on the street with an "I'm not horny" sign, and you're like, "Did that person have a?" And you look as they walk past, and you
Just
see
an
the "I'm
ass.
horny"
Yeah.
part. That would be Oh, Drew, please, can we
No.
sell "I'm not horny" Drew shirts?
It's a terrible idea.
It's unironically a great idea. It's just very embarrassing at the same time.
No.
Anyways,
We'll have a picture of 2 rhinoceroses on top of each other. I'm double horny.
there we go. Yeah,
The limited edition shirt.
that's pretty good. So you got your question? You found
Question, yeah, I found it in my boba.
it? You were about to say ass. He was about to say
Yeah, I
ass.
heard that
Don't
too.
censor yourself, Joe.
Yeah.
We believe in you.
My boba.
My shaboba.
Okay,
Shut the fuck up and just read it, and shut the fuck up and just read it, and shut the fuck up and
this
just
comes
read
from a no-name person. Who is responsible for bringing utility
utility utensils.
utensils to shows?
I don't think I said that right.
Maybe it's righty. I think this came from the fact that we didn't have pens or pencils in the middle of the show.
Writing utensils.
Writing.
Boy, that is the hilarious thing is that the word writing is written very poorly.
Yeah, there's the U. The W is a U, actually.
Yeah, that's my job.
Hey, that's like the UW tag phrase. The U is W.
Oh, double U's. You and you.
Wow.
Us together. Answer the damn question.
That's my job. I had to use the bag I used for improv for something else recently.
My
so
improv bag.
I emptied it all out, and then when I was putting shit back in it, I forgot the pencils.
Yeah.
So my aunt came through clutch.
Yeah.
And,
Your aunt
provided
had
us
an
with
inordinate
pens.
amount of pens in her purse.
A lot, like a
So
weird
many
amount.
pens. Your
weird
aunt
amount.
is basically like, I'm gonna nickname her pen purse from now on.
Pen purse.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, what's going on with you right
Luke
now?
is like destroying his shelf in the background. He just had enough of Drew.
Hey, don't drink that jar, by the way.
Yeah, it's poison. How you doing, Luke?
It's thirsty.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Can I have that blanket back?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I appreciate you asking first.
My
Hey, man. No, for real. You can have as much of that blanket as you want. And quite frankly, I appreciate the level of communication that you're giving me, man. You can have this. You can have as
I don't
much of
want
this
that
fucking
one.
blanket as you want.
slept on that one.
Man,
I just
I
want this
slept on
one.
the entire blanket, man. But I appreciate you bringing that up. And real talk, I appreciate you asking for that blanket. So I tell you what, you take that blanket, I take this blanket. I slept on both of them, but I
You
appreciate you
slept on this
asking.
one was on the floor.
Yeah, but I appreciate that.
Good.
What's the next question?
So this question, it doesn't have a name.
Don't be mean.
It doesn't have a name. I think I know who it's from, but the fact that they
You're gonna
didn't
guess?
put a name.
You're gonna guess?
Well, they didn't put
You
the
gonna
name.
guess,
so
baby
I-
boy?
Give us
You
your
gonna,
guess.
you gonna guess?
Maybe they
You gonna
did it on
guess?
purpose.
Give
You
it
gonna
your-
guess?
Yeah, but guess. We can guess.
You go guess.
You go guess. You go guess. Come on, give it.
I'll read out the name. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'll read-
Yeah, read out the name, read out the name.
I'll read out the question.
No.
I think everybody here will know who it is. What is the most unusual feature in Central Park in New York City?
The bear that RFK Jr. played.
The what?
Did you hear that story?
The bear?
Yeah.
I heard tellings of it.
RFK Jr.
Right, the like,
Former president.
independent-
Yeah, former presidential
Former
candidate.
president of the United States.
Yeah, who recently dropped out and supported Donald Trump.
He supported Donald Trump?
Yeah, he endorsed Donald Trump.
Lovely.
Has a fascination his whole life with roadkill and animal corpses. And
okay.
when
He'd
he
love the elephant.
and he
We don't talk about the elephant in the room.
he killed a bear cub. And
In
was
New
like
York City?
No, he was outside of New York City, and then he
Do you want me to paint the picture? Put birds chirping.
and when he was done with it, like he planted it in Central Park as if like a bike had hit it. And then he paid a journalist to say like a cub was hit by a bike in New York City.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he just like didn't know what to do with the corpse.
A man has fallen into the river in New York City.
That is the weirdest fucking prank I've ever...
But what's the end
And then he
game?
ran for president?
What's the end game of just like paying somebody to write an article? It's like, oh, these bike riders, they've gone too far.
Well, he just didn't know what to do with the corpse, and he didn't want to be like,
he,
I
like,
killed it for fun.
Did he shoot it? Did he run it over? What did he...
I don't know.
Yeah, what was the methods?
I don't know. I think it might have been like hit by like a car, and he collected it. Like a lot of roadkill people
think
really
he-
like doing
Like
that.
he pulled
he
over
poisoned-
and
he-
found a bear cub.
I don't know.
He poisoned the bear cub slowly over several weeks.
Oh, okay.
That would be sociopath behavior.
Yes,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
So like a random wild animal?
Yeah. You ever think about how, like, somebody who's been a world leader has inevitably done a sociopath level thing that they got away with before being president?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of world leaders out there.
Yeah, that's scary to think about.
There was in the Kinsey report, like the mid-century like thing about sexuality. One of the statistics that I read that was like very disturbing was that the rate of bestiality dropped
Oh, no.
significantly as people moved to the cities.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
Doesn't surprise
basically
me.
paired with men and women.
I guess it's not a bad thing that the rate of bestiality drops. That's
Yeah.
not the thing
That's
I'm
not
saying,
the thing
oh
you go,
no.
oh
But
no.
it's like it's just tough to imagine that you're like
We've
in the middle
fallen
of
so
nowhere and you're
far.
like, maybe I'll have sex with one of my cattle.
To be fair, it is a lot harder to
matter.
imagine you're in your apartment in New York
Yeah,
City going,
really.
I may as well have sex with a cow. So
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, well, I mean, the cows are so big, they probably wouldn't even feel it.
Put birds chirping. That's the side you come down on.
It's like, there's no pleasure for the cow, so I mean, come on.
There certainly is no pleasure for the cow. I will agree on that
Yeah, I'll
point.
agree with that. This comes from
And I'm the one that fucks cats.
Can you clip that, me? Thank you.
No!
You got yourself.
Can you imagine a cold open of just that one sentence, but minus the and? In fact,
I'm the one that fucks cats.
this comes from Gary Lincoln Bond. Why do need questions to understand the future?
why do we need questions to understand the future?
Yeah, there was no we though. Why do needs questions?
I like that attitude,
Yeah,
Luke.
yeah.
Why do need questions to understand the future?
To understand causality.
It like goes
Yeah.
to like the human experience. you
Okay,
know?
he was
We
being
have
legit.
Yeah, I
language.
was.
He was being
So
legitimate.
am I.
man.
I'm just being weird about it.
I
'Cause
can't
I'm
argue with that.
self-conscious.
We all agree on that one.
Yeah, insert
trying to add
the
more-
line, me. Thank you.
I'm the one that fucks cats.
I'm trying to add more whimsy.
All right.
All right, Luke, be bold.
Be bold
Yeah,
and
just to
beautiful.
understand causality. If we can understand the future a little better if we know why things happen.
Also, just to understand the now. If we ask
Yeah.
questions and go like, "Oh, that's why we did things in the past," it's like, well, in the future now we know. Do we want to keep doing that, or do we want to veer away from it?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's like the idea of progress in a nutshell.
The scientific method.
Yeah,
Sure,
so
man.
we can prepare for the future.
Yeah, man.
And we can say global warming, it's happening. And I would be like, everyone would be like, yeah, right, we don't believe you.
Yeah, right. The Arctic Ocean's getting colder.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, global warming, why is it snowing outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this one's an odd question because it has absolutely nothing to do with what we've been talking about today, nor the show, which is very interesting. Eric asks, "What is your favorite part of Aladdin 2?" Strange, kind of random and out of
I don't-
nowhere.
Never seen it.
Nah, neither have I.
I don't remember Aladdin 2 if I ever did see it.
Yeah, I think it's like I think I remember the title. It's like Return of Jafar or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember the third one where like his dad, Aladdin's
King
dad.
of Thieves.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I remember Iago dying in the second one.
Holy shit.
The parrot?
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
He dies?
Kind of.
Like, is it because Gilbert Gottfried died in real life, or no?
Yeah, they made Aladdin 2 recently.
Yeah, I was about to say. I just realized. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No, Jafar kills him, and then he doesn't kill him because he's a genie.
You know what? Fair play, Jafar. Given that and the title is all I know about Aladdin 2, I guess I have to say my favorite part of Aladdin 2 is the title. Return of Jafar, clear. Very concise.
Yeah.
You know what you're in for.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it, it'll probably be the part where like he holds
He Aladdin's all over the place.
he holds like the monkey up to the sky and then everyone sees it and he's like
I didn't know you spoke Swahili, dude.
Thank you. So this one comes from Mama Vyog.
All right.
Mama Vyog.
I'm the one that fucks cats.
Yeah. Well,
Don't say that.
Replace it.
Don't say that.
Come on, man. Replace it with Drew confessing.
Would you rather go outside with wet hair or walk in the show barefoot?
No.
Okay, walk in the snow.
I do both things
Easy
regularly,
wet hair.
actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I really hate going outside with wet hair, especially in winter. My God.
Winter's bad, but
Yeah.
every time.
Yes, it is. I agree entirely.
No, with the
Finally,
hair thing.
clip that me.
With the hair thing.
This has been the most happy episode for me in
birds,
a long time.
birds.
Bird chirping.
There was no birds.
But also put in Drew going, there were no birds. I'm so happy today.
No, for me it's easily the wet hair thing. I do that shit all the time. I hate when my feet are like wet and uncomfortable.
Yeah, snow barefoot, I think I'd still pick wet hair because I still do it. I hate it, but I do it. I would never go in the snow barefoot.
Oh,
Okay,
I do both regularly. Yeah.
You said that, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but
Which one is worse?
Snow.
Okay, so yeah, wet hair.
but Drew though, like your feet would not be covered. Like, isn't that the whole point of your feet being wet? Is that your socks are wet, your shoes are wet. It's like weighing you down.
No. Like even in the swimming pool, I hate it.
You hate your feet being wet in the swimming pool?
If I can like kick
If you can
above
kick
the water,
If you can kick, dude.
it's way better.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
swimming.
All right. I have no more follow-up
That's
questions.
fascinating.
You have been defying like our weird allegations left and right by just doubling down today. I
How
like
do you
it.
shower?
Well, you don't have to wash your feet in the shower.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but they're wet. But they're wet. The water drips. The water drips down.
I'd also say you don't have to, but if I may make a request,
probably one of
We
the
have one of
dirtiest
those,
parts of the body.
We have one of those
Yeah.
bathtub showers, right? So you just like sit down with your legs like curled around the bathtub.
This is what you
and
do.
then the water's coming down like on your chest and your face.
This
and
is
shit.
what you do.
this
And
sounds
you're
like a
just, like-
sex fantasy more than a shower.
Don't you guys do that?
I stand up in the shower. I don't even have the option to sit down, let alone revel in it like you do.
It's just more relaxing.
Would.
It's like a waterfall.
What would you know of relaxing?
Are you gonna get one of those like bath fitter things for like the elderly?
Yeah,
where you,
yeah,
where you-
It's like a little door you
Yeah.
open up to get in your
Bro, I would love to get you an acorn stair lift.
Why?
I don't know.
I
I'd
live in
install
an
it
apartment.
Yeah, but like I put it on the outside of your apartment and lead up to like the emergency exit, so you could just like hang out outside and just go up
It's
to your
just
thing.
like a bunch of normal balconies, and then mine has like this
Yeah.
ramp to it.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so cool if you had an acorn stair lift from the outside of your building, like to your kitchen.
Yeah. It's like a personalized roller coaster. And you know those ads where all those old people with like tubes in their nose go like, I was really surprised at how little it cost. Yeah, like that sort of thing. Yeah, we'd have all these different like old people and then just one interview with you going, it's nice.
Yeah, I didn't want it, but I got it. So.
I got a
Gonna
gift
stay
card for my birthday.
Anyways, yeah. So it sounds like all of us say outside with wet hair.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be cold
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
outside.
to be outside any weather.
Yeah.
Better than walking in the snow barefoot.
Some
which,
people,
Like
Snow.
even in winter, I'd still rather walk outside with wet hair than walk in the
some
snow
people
barefoot.
do get headaches from that, though.
You'd know.
yeah.
I never got headaches from that.
You're,
okay.
you're on the headache
He doesn't have
headache
any
Reddit.
headaches.
He's on the headache spectrum.
Headache Reddit. r/kill me.
R/kill you.
This one doesn't have a name,
R/kill you?
and I don't have a guess who it's from. Should there be corn ingredients
Yes, please.
in the apple juice?
Oh, like high fructose corn syrup and such?
That'd be my guess. I don't know. I didn't actually look at the ingredients list.
Can I say something?
You can.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to.
There's a lot
Go
of
on.
there's a lot of apple byproducts: apple,
Apple
cider, apple pie,
Apple
apple
pie.
pudding, apple fruit,
I'm
apple.
hungry.
That's an
sauce.
apple byproduct, the apple fruit.
apple juice,
The tree is the main part.
Yeah, apple computers,
apple wood.
apple bottom
leaves.
jeans, boots with the fur. Yeah.
The whole club was looking for apples. It's an orchard.
So what was the main point of this?
It's that lots of those byproducts don't need much. They're like like apple cider gets sweet by itself. Apple juice is basically Pepsi. Like they add a bunch of shit.
Yeah, like Pepsi.
Yeah, I will say
Straight
that
up. That's where it gets its color.
my parents thought that apple juice was healthy for you when I was a kid growing up.
Everyone's parents did, for sure, yeah.
And they used to give it to me in my bubba when I was a baby, and so I'd follow. Yes,
What's a bubba?
bottle.
Okay.
And
You know,
I used to.
Baba in Turkish that means dad.
Yeah, I was about to say, it just means grandparents. They used to give it to me and my dad.
I used to
suck on
fall
it.
asleep. I used to fall asleep as a baby with the bottle of apple juice at my mouth.
Oh, that's gonna be bad for your teeth.
When I was 2,
Baby
I
teeth?
When I was 2,
Very good, Drew.
yeah, he's definitely ready to be a parent. He'll get new ones. No, I had major dental surgery when I was 2. I had major dental surgery when I was 2. Like they
Yeah.
had to put me under giving crowns to almost every tooth.
You need it. You
Yeah.
deserve it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's apple
You
juice.
deserve a crown, you prince.
Yeah, apple juice is tons of fructose in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Even like on its own. We don't need corn for that.
No,
We already have shit at home.
Corn, apples, ban them.
this comes
Okay.
from this comes from Jasmine with a little smiley face.
Hello, Jasmine.
What's your favorite shoe brand?
Oh, I actually have to go buy new shoes. So I'm listening up to y'all's opinions.
I currently wear Nikes when they go on sale. Nikes are not bad. They're a popular brand for a reason. I'll say this right now. Reeboks are pretty reliable, but if you're going for style, Drew, Puma.
Are those all running shoes?
Yeah.
They're all my shoes.
Yeah.
I'll take Daryl's word up for that.
Okay, sure. Do you not like running
Like
shoes?
sneakers.
I want to get running shoes, like
Okay.
sneakers. Yeah.
Then yeah.
But I haven't worn running shoes in a while.
Okay, question. Do you like the ones that just like go up to here, or do you like the ones that kind of go a little bit higher?
I like the lower ones.
High tops.
Then you want the Reeboks.
High tops.
Puma's really nice for the
Low
higher
top,
tops,
high
but
top.
lower tops. Nike, actually, you could probably get away with, but again, you'd be spending a bit more. Reeboks.
Okay.
Reeboks are your friend.
I'll keep an eye out.
Drop shop.
I never thought
Drop
I'd be the
top.
shoe person in any
Reebok.
group. Does anyone know more about shoes than me?
No.
Really?
Yeah,
What's
and
your favorite brand?
See, like this is one that I don't have. I just idealize, which is Iron Ranger boots.
Okay.
I like that like nice black boot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Same here, but replace boot with anyway, go on.
Boba.
Yeah, they last a long time and they look really good and they match a lot of things and they're really waterproof. Like I wear like black boots in the wintertime. They're UGG actually.
They sure are.
Yeah, because
Max Ugg right now.
I'm a basic bitch. But I like black boots. I don't wear them in the summer, but they're my favorite. I think.
Daryl, I can already guess what brand of shoes you like the most.
Yeah. It's true.
Your Clarks.
They're good. They're comfortable.
Runs
So
in the family.
I like. My dad never liked Clarks. He doesn't even know what they are.
I like wearing them when I go bird watching.
You gonna insert the sound of birds there?
No.
Good.
No, instead it was Drew going, I'm the one who fucks cats.
Oh, don't associate that with my dad.
Don't associate Drew with my father.
What's the next question?
I don't know. You have to ask it.
I thought I just asked.
Paul.
Yeah, he
I
just
was
ripped it.
talking
He
to
ripped
you.
it up in front of us.
I was talking to you.
This is radio, not television. All right, you ready? This next one comes from Jillian. Thank goodness Drew isn't reading it because I'm sure he'd find something to fucking complain
I'll
about.
still find something.
How? Oh my god, your handwriting, Jillian, is fucking immaculate. I'm so.
Jealous.
Yeah, kind of. How do you feel about the fact that there is an upcoming
Whose Line Is It Anyway show coming to Kitchener in the fall. P.S. Good job with my travel story, very accurate. We did a Spice It Up, and Jillian was the one who did it. Yeah.
Spice it up!
Hell yeah. So how do we feel about the fact that there's an upcoming Whose Line Is It Anyway show? Blindsided right now, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's more competition I wasn't ready for.
Is it competition? It's Whose Line?
Jack off motion.
Jack off sound. Yeah. Birds chirping.
I actually did see them at Center in the Square a few years ago. Whose Line? It's not that good.
Really?
Oh, really?
Not that good. I mean, it's like, live performance, so it's like, oh, we're old guys, hey, dicks, and then everybody laughs. And it's like, okay.
That's gonna be us in 5 years.
Yeah, well,
You watch it.
I don't know. It's
It's 31.
That's gonna be us today, actually.
it's a production. It's just like a full on production. So
That's kind of why I want to see it. Is I want to see like improv with a budget, I guess is what I would do.
It definitely would be interesting to expand our horizons, because even if we watched it and realized we don't like this, that's like information about our future improv where it's like, we can't just know we don't like it, we don't know why. We're very analytical as a group. So we'll know like, oh, we don't like it because they did this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that'll be helpful.
But don't use the word we, alright? I've never said I disliked Who's Line.
Urine.
wee.
Who's we? Whose we is this?
But yeah, no, it
It's
would be an
tastes like
interesting
balls.
thing to like go see it and then debrief
That's
about it.
definitely Paul's.
That's definitely apple juice.
Because it tastes like Pepsi. I've learned these terms recently, so I feel like Luke would be the one to correct me if anyone else.
Sure.
It feels like that style is very New York gamey, where it's just sort of like, oh, ho, ho, we're old man dicks, like very one-liners, maybe even like people just standing on stage and just talking as opposed to like,
In my
doing
pants.
actions. Yeah, in his pants. Whereas I feel like we're very close to like the Chicago Del Close kind of like, let's create a story and the funniness will come from the absurdity of that story.
I don't know much about like the improv lore very well. But I can believe
Deep
that.
in the fires of the sacred land, one man pulled the ring of power from the ashes, and each spoke and told the masses, I have invented improv.
Yes.
And improv shall be the practice of all the people of the land.
So yeah, New York is a little bit...
That was a good Del Close impression.
Yeah, that was very good Del Gross impression. You're pretty Del Gross yourself.
Excuse me.
Excuse.
I mean, now I am. But yeah.
New York is very, this is a super simplified version. New York is very short form, gamey, silly. Chicago is very like, oh, let's explore this, And
More
California...
about like the theater of it.
Yeah, and California seems to be some sort of weird combination of the two. It depends on who you talk
Are
to.
those like the three biggest like centers of improv?
In the USA.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the USA for sure. I couldn't think. There's no fucking Montana or Utah brand
Well,
of improv that's like among the big players.
They sound like you're making them very distinct. Like
Yeah. Well, that's because they had like very distinct players. Luke, you probably know a lot more about the history of like improv and Second City and like Upright Citizens Brigade and stuff like that. Ass cat.
Ass cat.
Ace Kate. The one frame of reference I have is that when I was starting out in improv, I was super lucky in that one of the biggest names, I think I've talked about this before, one of the biggest names in California improv did their last series of lessons, and I got to be a part of it, and that was Gary Austin of the Groundlings.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, that was right before Gary Austin in Word of Song, which was like famously his last ever show. So I was one of the last people that Gary Austin ever got to teach.
wow, cool.
And I was very happy about that. Gary Austin is very much a guy that's like, improv is just all about you existing on a stage. I want your mind to completely be blank. When I was suggesting that thing earlier, I was actually thinking of Gary Austin and just like, he believes in like discovery and like people not inserting themselves into their scenes in any way, shape, or form. And like he admits himself that he has like a more extreme view on that rather than like something that, and he says like, don't listen to me if you find something that works better for you.
Right, yeah.
That's another thing I took super from him. Just the philosophy of, I like this a lot. I'm going to teach you this. If you think something is better, fine, don't listen to me.
I'm a big believer in that.
I love that philosophy.
Yeah.
And he was also a big believer in breathing because he'd often
Me
have
too.
Fucking art people.
Me too. I believe in breathing. Strategic breathing.
strategic breathing. Yeah, when he sleeps. He would bird chirping. Thank you. He would
Boxcar.
box.
No.
Insert
Oh
box.
my god. Yeah. It's all these things that
yeah.
I said once. And you guys just like,
Echoing boxcar with birds chirping in the background.
boxcar?
Thank you.
Boxcar?
He would work with a lot of novices, and when they froze up on stage, he would clap from the audience, breathe, and like people on stage would have to stop, just breathe in and breathe out, and only resume when they felt what the scene was doing. It was very hippie, but it was very cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Did you ever study a Suzuki method in drama?
Yeah, which one was that again?
Suzuki
Japanese,
method.
probably.
Yeah, it is Japanese. Japanese guy, and he thought the center of acting was footwork and breath.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, yeah. So it'd be a lot of
my two
exercises
biggest
of people
fetishes.
like stomping and shit.
I remember that one was like when he actually taught it and shit, it was like really hard on your body because he would like
Yeah, it's very
push you
physically.
fucking really
It's
hard.
very physically.
Very
intense.
fancy footwork.
Yeah, footloose and fancy free, if you will.
Yeah.
This next question comes from Ross.
Let's stop being cute, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think a sufficiently advanced AI would be able to mimic After School Arcade to a high enough quality so as to fool an average attendee?
First of all, Ross, thanks for implying that we have any semblance of quality.
Thanks, Ross.
a sufficiently what AI? Sufficiently.
A sufficiently advanced AI.
I mean, eventually, right?
Question: is this like is the AI imitating our shows or our podcast?
I
could absolutely.
Instead of attendee, I would say show.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to say I could absolutely believe that even a modern day AI could probably emulate, like, with enough. If it listened to every single episode of our podcast, memorized our voices, but also our cadence and our sense of humor, I could absolutely believe that they would like fool the average person if they got like a 10-second soundbite, not a
that's
full
what I was saying.
episode.
Like
No,
a close
it would,
one,
like
yeah.
if you listen to a full episode, it wouldn't make very much sense.
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
would sound like us.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
would generate like 30 things and then pick your favorite like 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah.
But the way AI is going, it's like, like it doesn't need to make good improv scenes. It's to make good enough improv scenes that you buy the ticket. That's
Right.
and it's like, that's After School Arcade.
And
Done.
it's also not trying to generate anything new from us.
Yeah.
Who knows if we do consistently well at it, but we're always trying to do something at the very least new to us in our shows and kind of in our podcasts.
But that's the point of the generative AI part, is it's not like doing scenes we've done. It's always doing something new based on like what it thinks we would think.
Yeah.
But I do think the podcast, like listening to all the podcasts is a good point because we don't have any improv for it to study.
we have
like
a couple of bits of improv.
Not
here.
enough.
Not enough, but...
Doesn't matter how advanced the AI
All right,
is.
fine. Scenario, Drew, you're in the forest and you meet a little fairy named...
Pingle.
Pinkle says...
What shoe is your favorite shoe? Right or left?
I would have to say my right shoe because my left shoe has a hole in it.
Oh.
Pinkle chuckles and takes your left shoe.
This is mine now.
Oh, are you going to replace it? Where are you going?
Pinkle flies away into heaven.
Well, now I just have to limp around out of this forest.
Fuck you.
You limp. Pinkle comes back long enough to say that. You limp out of the forest and you come into the city. And in there's a grizzled construction worker who takes one look at your one shoe and says,
I need that in my concrete.
My shoe?
Yeah, I want to put it in my concrete.
Well, I mean, I need to get a new pair of shoes anyway, but,
What are you gonna do with one shoe?
well, what are you gonna pay for one shoe? I'll sell it to you for a right price.
Are you kidding me? I'm making your sidewalk.
I
You're not
don't,
gonna give me your shoe?
I don't live in this city. I don't care
Aren't you
about the
thankful
sidewalk.
for my service?
Maybe if you worked in the city I live in.
he brandishes a sledgehammer.
Now your whole body's going into the concrete.
Holy shit, dude, what the fuck?
of China. All the slaves that died, he just puts in the sidewalk.
And then the construction worker made a little stamp in memory of Drew, the one-shoed man.
It's more than what the people from
And scene. See, we should do more improv. You're absolutely right, Drew.
An AI should imitate that.
Yeah, imitate that AI. Ross, put that into your generator and tell me what's up.
Yeah, that is another thing with AI too. Is like if it could sufficiently generate our improv, it's like for how long? Because most AI, like if it made one scene from all of our improv, it'd probably do a decent job. But at a certain point, the AI generated improvs would be more than the organically generated improvs,
And it would just become samier and samier, yeah.
yeah, and it like they did studies at like I think Stanford, and it's like it very quickly like
it was.
hallucinates. Like it does not once it starts making shit of its own, it does not know what it's about or what it's
To be fair, that's me as well when I create
Yeah,
stuff.
our comedy can go that way.
Yeah,
It just doesn't get what it's doing anymore.
that's absolutely me.
Yeah, like that was that one guy after our show, our most recent show. He was like, "That was really creepy. It was really like, eerie."
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
that
because we
wasn't
played.
funny.
Because I left.
That was because we
Actually, probably. That might have
Yes.
something to do with it.
I mean, you definitely. We talked about this at the show. You generate. Oh yeah. For those who don't know, Luke happened to not be at our most recent show for health reasons. You generate a lot of energy and whimsy, and without it, I think the three of us get very. We are still as imaginative,
Yeah.
but we're a lot more paced about it, and we're a lot more like dark below the surface about
There's
it.
no explosive force to
Yeah.
shake us up.
Yeah. And
Cannonball!
Daryl and I played some very unintentionally creepy, but still probably one of the comedic highlights of the night, twins. Everyone was talking about it afterwards. They were all like, "We really like the twins," and I was like, "What do you like about them?"
This next question comes from an individual named Josh.
Hello, Josh.
Are you ready for this, Paul?
Oh, am I?
Your favorite question? What genre of music does each color of iPod correspond to?
Too much cum.
Too much cum. Too much cum. All right, next question.
This is the last one, right?
Okay, I should probably.
Like,
I should probably show you how much.
I feel
okay.
bad. All right, so each genre. All right, so from
Genre and color.
yeah, so from left to right, so from green to fucking orange. We've got musicals, we've got movie soundtracks, we've got game soundtracks, we've got ambient in a more sad way in case I'm writing some sad fucking stories. Classical unfortunately fell off. We've got the 80s. We've got metal, and we have we've got rock and pop, we've got rap, and we've got jazz.
Rock and pop are in one?
Man, that burp just like took half my soul with it.
I like how the metal one is like a lavender color.
Yeah.
That's not what I would expect. I thought it would be black or blood red.
What kind of metal do you know?
I'm really big fan of Sabaton right now. I kind of fall in and out of love with Sabaton. You know?
No.
Okay. They do a lot of like songs that are based on like factual accounts of wars and stuff like that. Ooh. So my favorite song by them is "The Price of a Mile," where they sing about a battle that happened shortly after Passchendaele, where they it was like the biggest casualty loss of the entire. I think it was the Great War. Where all they did at the end of the war was that the Allies advanced one extra mile. So the song was "What's the Price of a Mile?"
Right.
You hear that thing about J.R.R. Tolkien that people pointed out?
That he was in a metal band?
No, he's not.
That he was a Nazi?
No, I don't think so. He was like a Tory anarchist, I believe.
I love the fact that J.R.R. Tolkien was in a metal band was more outlandish than he was a Nazi.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he denied for his entire career that his experiences in World War I did not influence Lord of the Rings. And someone pointed out, like, oh, there's that whole scene in the Two Towers where they go through the swamp and they see, like, dead people in the water and they try and pull them down. And he's like, didn't you fight in that battle where a bunch of people died in the mud? Doesn't that sound like a nightmare that you had, probably?
I think J.R.R. Tolkien was arguing that it had no like direct or conscious influence.
Yeah.
There is this famous account that my mom told me about how like J.R.R. Tolkien attended like a university lecture about his works, and they were like, J.R.R. Tolkien's whole point of writing this scene was to do this, and J.R.R. Tolkien like stood up, revealed himself to all, and basically said, "No, I fucking didn't."
Yeah.
And the lecturer just I guess with nowhere else to go, just argued against him, going, "Yes, you did."
Yeah, it's the
I
Lynch
know
thing.
your
It's
work
like,
better
no,
than you.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's intuitive. I made it because I followed what I liked,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
This question has no name
Oh, what a bummer!
other than Aladdin 2.
Wow.
Do you have any Disney Plus shows / films in your backlog? Assuming you know you're subscribed to Disney Plus. Could be Crave or whatever.
Backlog? What does that
like
mean,
things we
backlog?
want to
Backlog?
watch? Like
Yeah,
we're
I
like,
guess so.
it's on our
Backlog?
list of things to
Backlog?
watch.
Backlog.
Alright, I'll just shut up.
Backlog. Backlog.
Balrog?
Balrog. 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 Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. We were doing this because we already had this bit, and then you started talking. To be fair, all right. What were you saying, you
I
salty
don't
sailor?
remember. I think backlog just means that like this is something you want to watch and you haven't watched yet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Something I want to watch.
Yeah.
I pirate because when the fuck haven't I admitted to a crime on air? I will say though, there are a couple things that I changed. I hope one of those is in the mic. Go figure, no longer text and drive. That was a long time ago. That's something that I've stopped. Never actually killed the Prime Minister of Canada. You're welcome, Trudeau. But I will still admit to piracy because, in my opinion, like that's one of those things where it's like I see this as moral. Because like a lot of the things that I pirate as well are like from the 60s, where like everyone involved with actually making it is dead, and there's just a bunch of vultures who are just like holding the rights to it, who get money just purely by owning. And I don't see that as moral in the first place. I don't see piracy as stealing that.
Yeah, and copyright law is so fucked up. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's not. They have this leverage where they're like, oh, you're stealing from the artist, you're taking food out of their baby's mouth, and copyright just does not work like that.
Yeah.
like that
Even-
just doesn't do that.
Even contemporary stuff. I watched Big Hero 6 recently. I guess that's Disney, and that was pretty good actually. I actually really liked Big Hero 6. I didn't think I would.
Famous cool guy T.J. Miller is in there.
Who's that?
T.J. Miller, the comedian who was revealed in university.
Revealed in university?
Non-consensually. Bitch. Someone with a
Man, why did you have to bring that up? what value does that add, man?
Can we censor?
You asked who he was.
Can you censor that one word there?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So now we don't know who. It could be Ezra Miller now.
No. The name.
No.
The name is fine. We just don't. I don't want to hear the word.
You're not gonna imagine someone on the highway in a car and the engine is revving and they're like, did it pause?
I might cut that out if it doesn't land.
yeah,
I don't know. Anyways,
Big Hero 6.
yeah, Big Hero 6 was really fun, and like even then, I looked up like the process for how people got paid on that because I was like, is it? I actually had a moral thought for once in my fucking life and thought like, is this going to be taking away from anyone? And then I found out like, no, a lot of Disney 3D animated movies, they pay people like a lump sum and don't pay them royalties.
Yeah.
So even like the directors and stuff like that. So like those people who actually made the damn thing already got paid. And so if you like rent or buy a DVD of Big Hero 6, you are not contributing to the artist whatsoever. You are in a similar way, like Big Hero 6 is similar to Ben-Hur in that, like, if you buy it, you're not supporting the artist one iota.
Yeah.
So even then, I'm like, I don't mind pirating this.
Yeah. One of my top 5 movies of all time is Melody Time. And
Okay.
I revisit that at least a few times a year. So I'd say I'd put that in my backlog.
That's nice.
I love Melody Time.
I'm sure there's a couple of extra Disney movies that I've had in my backlog, but like most of them I've worked my way through. I don't know if this is Disney or not. I don't think it is. I'm looking forward to Megamind. I haven't seen that one yet.
You haven't seen Megamind yet?
DreamWorks
No.
Megamind?
DreamWorks? Okay, cool.
I assume so.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
They threw on Crave there, so I'm gonna put. I haven't finished watching Letterkenny, or I haven't watched any of Shoresy,
Okay.
so I'd like to do that.
Is Shoresy good?
I haven't watched any.
That's fair.
So
I
have
watched
no
an
idea.
episode. Not good.
Not good.
Letterkenny is kind of fun,
Letterkenny's great in my opinion.
but it's like
It does remind me a lot of my hometown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's like a charm of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like small town Ontario. There's a little bit of hockey stuff in there, but then Shoresy's all like, "Oh yeah, you're playing hockey, bro. Oh yeah, fucking
Yeah.
right, bro.
I heard that like the juxtaposition of like the Hicks and their incredible wordplay was what made Letterkenny work, and that Shoresy kind of just doesn't have much of
That's
either.
what I'm afraid of. Is Letterkenny
Yeah.
has so much going on with like the Hicks, the Skids, all that stuff.
Yeah.
and I just
And-
don't
and-
know what to expect from Shoresy. That it's 2-1 no, because he was a great side character.
But he needs to be a side character.
But
It's like
I want to
Finding
see
Dory.
it. I
Yeah.
want to see it to like understand it. I gotta see it to believe.
And then the slow motion fights, right? In Letterkenny. That was always fun.
The Pirates of the Caribbean movies got noticeably worse when they made it about Jack Sparrow.
Boom.
Oh,
Shoresy.
you mean like
Yeah.
But Jack Sparrow was the main character.
No, he wasn't. In the original, he was a side character to Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner.
He's comic relief for sure.
Yeah. In terms of the actual plot, he is a side character
I would not
to the
say
main
that
plot.
he's like
he has his own motivations.
I wouldn't say he's the main character, but I don't know if I'd put him as a side character. But I will say the story
Plot-wise, I would.
The story isn't like about him in the way it
That's
became.
why plot-wise, yeah.
So maybe
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When the
plot.
plots became explicitly about Jack
Maybe it's
Sparrow, is
just
that
a
better wording
semantic
for you?
Yeah, I like that. I like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Like it's his father and all that shit.
Yeah.
Something
King of
that,
Thieves or whatever.
Yeah.
in like Canadiana stuff too, there was something always that rubbed me the wrong way. Talking about like in like Letterkenny and Shoresy about like Hicks playing hockey, because when I was growing up, it's like, oh, the poor kids did not play hockey. Hockey is expensive. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it
Well,
was.
even in Letterkenny, the Hicks didn't play hockey.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the Shoresy thing then. It's like no, that's like the Hyundai dealership's manager's son played hockey.
Right, because of all the gear you need and all that shit.
Yeah.
Interestingly, in my hometown, there was kind of like a middle ground where there was a lot of like, I don't know if it was subsidies or grants or whatever, but I know that if you were too poor to like afford your own hockey stuff, but you went to your local school saying that, the school would like help you, even if it had nothing to do with the school itself.
Oh no, we didn't
So
do that.
that was, in my opinion, that was really, really cool because you got to see the poor kids and the rich kids playing hockey together. And an interesting consequence of that, I only ever went to, I think, one hockey game in my life just because like my friend was playing and his dad was babysitting me or whatever. But the hockey arena, and like this is like a local game, right? No one cares about it. It was pretty damn packed.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoever decided to have this subsidy thing, if indeed it was a subsidy thing,
Right.
they fucking scored a home run with that.
It's doing something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
doing something good.
Bringing the community together.
I thought you said yours was the last question.
Yeah, I thought so, and then Drew said he had one more.
All right. The final question doo-doo-doo, is, if After School Arcade were a vehicle, what kind of vehicle would it be? From Mary. I'm thinking a 2006 Nissan Murano. It's a very good point A to point B car.
It gets the job done.
Exactly.
I like a brown 2002 Saturn.
Really? We were talking about all this whimsy earlier, and y'all are taking like the most
Whimsical.
boring.
All right, fine. It's a Zamboni because we wipe that shit clean.
It's not wiping. They shave. They shave the ice.
I shave.
It's like a Zamboni because we shave.
I think only two of us shave. You shave a little bit.
Yeah, off the top and stuff like
okay.
that.
You clean her up.
My God, the neck. My neck generates more hair than my fucking pussy or my crack.
Seamless.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's there we go.
Yeah.
I think it would be a 2009 Pontiac Aztec.
Ooh, I remember
Because
those.
it's got
An Aztec.
we got a funky backside.
You got that Aztec.
Yeah. Or the Nissan Cube that looks like it should be a vehicle at like the
Disney
the
World.
Truman Show
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. The cube van.
Yeah.
I'd drive a cube van. What would you say is
What's the
the
Kia one? That's a cube.
Kia Cube?
Cube.
Cube. I don't know, man. I don't know Kia cars.
Y'all
What do
know-
I look like? Fucking Henry Ford? Get out of here.
Y'all know way more about cars than I do. I was honestly picturing like an SUV or something like that.
So you were picturing the real boring answer the whole time.
The most like mom van. Kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
yeah.
The shit I used to drive.
SUVs are like a
The
mullet.
shit I used to drive, huh? SUVs are like a mullet?
Yeah.
How so?
Because the front's like normal, and it's a party in the back.
How is it a party in the back?
Because there's all this space.
That doesn't.
No, you can't party in the back. You're not supposed to.
Why not?
Because you gotta
You're
put a
gonna let
seatbelt
a
on.
man tell you.
Wait.
Open up
Wouldn't,
the back.
wouldn't a limousine be a better example of a mullet? Because it
You-
looks normal from the front, and then you take a look, it's like, oh shit, it's a limousine.
Yeah, but limousines are classy.
And they're very long.
Mullets are trashy. SUVs are trashy.
I'm confused as to your criteria here,
I
man.
don't think limousines are classy anymore.
Do you think?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
Well,
it
in that
should be.
case-
I also don't think SUVs
And I
are
also don't
trashy.
think mullets are trashy anymore because they're so like ostracized that like they kind of bounce back. It's like, oh wow, is that a mullet?
My nephew has a mullet.
And what do you think of him? He's trash,
He's
apparently.
fine. His
Well,
mullet is.
Man, you just don't like your nephews.
Fight me.